My team? Not winning? Surely you jest. I'm not here for the trophy. You think I'm here for the show? We're not reacting. We're directing. Clean it up. Let's. Attention's on us now. Let's make 'em smile. Feel that? That's the tide turning. I'm no arena legend. I'm on a mission. You can't shut down the truth. I have 131 reasons to be here. Sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Whoops. Oops. I'm sorry. Need assistance. Help. Over here. In a jam here. Help. I'm in trouble. Help. I'm stranded. Assistance. Now. Need a hand. I need backup. In a bind. I'm in a fix. Need immediate help. I'm stuck. Help. In a tight spot. Stuck. Need help. Help me. Trapped. Help. Help. I'm stuck. Need assistance. Trouble. Help. Help me. Assistance required over here. I'm pinned down. Help. Thank you. Thanks a bunch. Legend. Kudos. Lifesaver. Thanks. Top help. Hats off. Big thanks. Good catch. Big thanks. Greatly appreciated. Saved me. I owe you one. My sincere thanks. Thanks a million. Thanks, friend. Much obliged. You're a lifesaver. Thanks. Much obliged. Grateful. Cheers for that. Thanks. You're a star. Thanks. Many thanks. Thanks. You have my thanks. Got it. Agreed. All right. Yes, me lord. Acknowledged. Got it. Aye. Yep. Confirmed. I'm on it. Roger. Agreed. Absolutely. I guess so. Okay. All right. Sure. Understood. Positively. Right. Bingo. Indeed. Certainly. Yep. Right on. Definitely. Let's go over there. There. Go. Let's go over there. There. Go. Over there. Let's go. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Up there. Move. Go up there. Let's go up there. Get up there. Down. Move. Let's go down. There. Reposition. Down there. Reposition down there. Let's go down there. Go down. Down. Let's go. Down. Let's go. Reposition down there. My position. Go. On me. Come on. Come over here. Come over here. On my position. On me. Come on. Reposition. Here. Go here. Come over here. Break through. Over there. Break through. There. Blast through. There. Breach through. There. Smash through. There. Clear a path through. There. There. Let's breach through. Let's breach through there. Over there. Let's breach through. Up there. Let's breach through. Let's breach through. Up there. Breach through. Right up there. Blast through. Up there. Break through. Up there. Let's breach through down there. Clear a path through. Down there. Down there. Let's break through. Blast through. Down there. Breach through down there. Down there. Let's breach through. Break through. Down there. Breach through down there. Let's breach through here. Break through. Here. Breach through. Right here. Breach through here. Clear a path. Through here. Here. Let's breach through. Attack that position. Attack. Attack over there. Attack that position. Attack there. Attack. There. Attack. Up there. Go aggressive. Up there. Attack that spot. Up there. Up there. Attack. Up there. Attack. Attack. Up there. Now. Attack up there. Attack. Down there. Go aggressive. Down there. Attack. Down there. Down there. Attack. Attack that position. Down there. Attack. Down there. Focus attack down there. Attack here. Attack here. Attack here. Attack. Over here. Attack here. On me. Attack. At my position. Let's take up post there. Let's stand our ground there. Let's stay put over there. Hold position over there. Hold position. Over there. Let's stand our ground there. Hunker down. Over there. Hold position. Over there. Hunker down. Up there. Maintain position up there. Hold position up there. Hold position up there. Let's maintain position up there. Let's stand our ground up there. Let's stand our ground up there. Let's stand our ground down there. Let's hold position down there. Hold position. Down there. Down there. Maintain position. Hold position. Down there. Maintain position here. Hold position over here. Let's stand our ground here. Hunker down over here. Let's stay put over here. Let's stand our ground here. Over here. Hold position. Hold position over here. Defend there. There. Defend. There. Defend. Defend their team. There. Defend. Defend their team. Defend there. Defend there. Defend there. Up there. Defend. Defend up there. 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 Defend down there. Go defensive down there. Defend down there. Defend down there. Defend down there. Defend here, team. Defend over here. Defend over here. Defend over here. Defend this spot. On me. On me. Defend. Here. Defend. Team, gather up. Stay side by side. Group up, everyone. Now, stick together. Everyone, stay side by side. Group up. All together. Everyone, stay together. All together. Group up. Using a flashbang. Flashbang out. Special delivery. Flashy, flashy. Flashbang out. Grenade out. Grenade out. Grenade out. Frag out. Goo grenade sent. Goo grenade sent. Throwing goo grenade. Throwing goo grenade. Goo grenade sent. Gooing things up. Throwing fire. Tossing some fire. Using pyro grenade. Using gas grenade. Toxic gas out. Toxic gas sent. Special delivery. Smoke alert. Creating a smoke screen. Smoke alert. Smokes out. Nullifier found its target. Opponent nullified. Tagged. Nullifier sent him to the sidelines. Nullifier landed. Tracking dart successful. Tracking dart successful. Tracking dart successful. Glitch out. Glitching things up. Time to glitch. Time to glitch. Glitch grenade out. Firing thermite. Thermite out. Thermite out. Firing thermite. Stairway to heaven. Lifting them up. Enjoy the view. Go to gate. Sonar grenade out. Initiating a scan. Outgoing sonar check. Throwing sonar grenade. Get ready for teleportation. Use this gateway. First gateway going out. Gateway here. Placing a gateway. Gateways linked. Gateway. Activating gateways. Gateway going out. Scot me up, be me. Breach charge deployed. Breach charge set. Breach charge ready. Placing an explosive. Stand clear. Ready to detonate. Charge is set. Breach charge armed. Breach charge planted. Vanish bomb out. Vanish bomb out. Here's a shortcut. Here's a shortcut. Setting a zip line. Deploying a zip line. Zip line over here. Zip line time. Setting a zip line. Drill and flash. Drilling. Drill and flash. Drilling. Drilling. Reshaping. There, that's better. Reshaping. There, that's better. Now, use this instead. Swapping stuff out. Never liked that one anyway. Reshaping. Switching things up. There, that's better. Jump pad deployed. Deploying jump pad. Jump pad here. Time to bounce. Jump pad ready. HOPLAH. Jump pad here. Time to bounce. Jump zone here. Rise above them. Hover pad ready. Hover pad here. The upper air is ours. Climb and look down upon them. High grounds open. Hover pad placed. Vertical access ready. Hover pad here. Ascend. The way is made. Take to the heights. Hover pad placed. Use this hover pad. Use this hover pad. Glitch trap deployed. Glitch trap deployed. Deploying a surprise. Trap is set. Dropping a glitch trap. Arming a trap. Setting a trap. Trap is set. APS. Online. Skyguard active. APS. On guard! Planting a turret! Anti-air online! Skyguard active! Turret cover active! Turret cover active! Planting a turret! Skyguard active! Deploying turret! Placing a turret! Turret deployed! Turret placed! Placing a turret! Guardian turret active! Turret placed! Deploying turret! Creating a passage! Environment hacked! Removing obstacle! Dematerializing! Obstacle removed! Removing obstacle! Environment hacked! Hacking obstacle! Wall hack! Obstacle restored! Rematerializing! Unhacking! Setting a mine! Dropped a mine! Fart cushion! Gas mine armed! Gas mine time! Gas mine dropped! Gas mine deployed! Toxic trap set! Nothing to see here! Move along! Setting a mine! Setting a mine! Explosive mine! Out! Deploying a surprise! Oops! Drop something! Explosive mine out! Pyro mine deployed! Pyro mine deployed! Pyro mine set! Pyro mine dropped! Pyro mine set! Mine the mine! Pyro mine dropped! Rocket away! Rocket delivery! Rocket delivery! RPG away! Sending a rocket! Rocket out! Sending a rocket! Rocket away! Rocket out! Motion sensor online! Proximity sensors up! Proximity sensor online! Motion detection active! Watching our 6! Proximity sensor online! Proximity sensor online! Motion sensor active! Motion sensor active! Deploying motion detector! Raising a shield! Dome shield deployed! Shielding! Hurry inside! Shielding! Get inside! Dome shield deployed! Creating a safe zone! Dome shield online! Raising a shield! This'll keep you going! Time to recover! Here's some help! Stay up! We're not done yet! Refreshments on the way! Here's a boost! Time for a quick recharge! No quitting now! Take this! Heal up! Stay in the play! Heal up! Here, take this! Nothing like a little TLC! Help yourself! Help yourself! It's nice to be important! But it's more important to be nice! Heal coming up! On the house! Steady now! Stay there! Now stay there! Stay put! Wait right there! Let's pin 'em good! Take a rest! Going for the lock! Let's keep 'em stuck! Try to escape this! Trying to lock them down! Escape this! Now stay there! Barricading! Barricade! Check! Barricade deployed! Barricades up! Placing a cover! Here's some protection! Barricading! Placing a cover! Barricades up! Here's a barricade! Here's some cover! Reinforcing the area! Ready to detonate! C4 set! Ready to detonate! Explosives are set! Explosives deployed! Charge planted! Charge deployed! Explosives are set! Planting explosives! C4 planted! Preparing explosives! Charge planted! Reversing gravity! Reversing gravity! Watch your step! Gravity grenade out! Reversing gravity! Anti-gravity going out! Up is the new down! Anti-gravity deployed! Gravity! Gone! Gravity grenade! Out! Time to float!